All right, so with this new moon, we are releasing a lot of karmic crap. Like I was saying earlier, a lot of past life stuff, a lot of stuff that we were taught in childhood about our own power and the way that we wield that, the way that we hold ourselves. So with that being said, we might have issues of really stepping into our own power and feeling what it feels like to feel in our own power. So with these readings, what we're going to be talking about is our lion. So we're going to pull a card just for the lion that we all have inside of us, for that confidence, for that self-esteem. The sage smells so good. And then we're going to pull a card for the karmic stuff that's coming up for us. And then we're going to pull a card below that that's going to show us how to release that karmic shit or the wound. And then we're going to pull a card for the intention, what intention we need to set with this new moon, and then how to focus on that intention. So the action we need to put into the intention. Because yes, the universe does deliver when we manifest, but we have to do the work or it does not deliver. It does not come to fruition. The universe is not going to do things for us. It's just going to put things in our path that we can do and that we can make a choice to do in order to really bring things into full circle. Okay? So, like I said, we're going to start off with a meditation, just a little brief one. We're going to get connected in. So, uncross your feet or, sit in an Indian style or a sukhasa seat. And we're going to tap right in. We're going to start focusing on the breath. So with every breath in, we are drawing our energy into this area, into ourselves, so that when we pull these cards, we are in the right state of mind to receive the messages that are coming in. So focus on that with every breath in. And with every breath out, we're going to exhale, release the energy that is not serving this current moment, the energy that is blocking us from seeing our present reality clearly. So just a couple of those breaths. Big belly breaths too. Breathe right into that belly. And then really focusing on where we meet the chair or the floor or the bed, wherever we are sitting, or even our feet if we are standing, really focusing on that. And that is grounding us down into this present moment so that we can be here now instead of everywhere else all the time. And then feeling into any part of our body right now that is feeling tight. So mine is in my left shoulder. So I'm going to breathe life into that area. And then a big release out, releasing all the tension in our body. Let's do a couple more of those and really focus into different areas if you're feeling different tightness. If not, just focus on that one area. One more breath. And then we're going to focus on two different chakras right now. So we're going to focus on the third eye. So just breathing a lot into that forehead, a lot of life. And then with your exhale, releasing anything that is keeping you from following that intuition, from tapping into that inner knowledge, that ancient wisdom. This is going to help us intuitively read these cards, feel the energy that needs to move. And then we're going to go into that last chakra, that crown chakra, that connection to source. And we're going to breathe life right above the head. And when we release, we're going to let go of anything that is blocking that connection, is blocking us from higher thinking, higher perspective, higher self. And I'm feeling a lot of energy up there. So I feel like there's a lot of things, a lot of confusion going on for everyone that's watching this, reading this. Don't know where I got that. But I just feel a lot of energy moving in that area. We're receiving a lot of downloads, a lot of insight right now during these times because we are clearing a lot of karma. And when we clear that karma, we get those lessons. The lessons that when we hold on to shit, it's really hard to receive the message or the lesson within those because we're holding on so tightly. Our ego is just holding on so tightly to that. So with this new moon and with this lion's portal, we're doing a lot of releasing. So when we start to release, it's like we can finally receive those messages, receive the lesson within those situations. All right, now we're just going to set an intention to keep an open mind, an open heart. And that whatever you believe in, just ask it to be here now. So whether that be angels, deities, gods, goddesses, even just your higher self, a higher perspective. And just asking for them to speak any messages they have for you in the cards. All right. And then whenever you're ready, we can open our eyes. And I'm going to point you guys down right now. And we're going to look at the cards we're working with. Okay? So you can either be attracted to the stones that are in each card, or you can be attracted to the cards themselves. It doesn't matter which. I just really want you to tap into that intuition and ask yourself which one you're being called to receive right now. And we're going to go in order. So deck 1, deck 2, deck 3, and deck 4. And I'm going to do 4 different readings. If there's more than one, then feel free to watch more than one video. Or more than one deck. It's all the same video. Alright, so just a couple more seconds on these decks, and then we're going to begin with deck 1. Alright guys, so we have our deck 1. So if you picked Stone 1 or deck 1, this reading is for you. So on the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles. I'm going to try and not get a glare on that. The Ace of Pentacles is all about new beginnings, especially in the physical realm. So we're talking about new beginnings that we can actually see. So that means the start of something or the end of something else. Because before we start anything, we have to end things. Things have to leave in order to make room for the new growth that is coming in. So if you're seeing any physical beginnings or ends right now, this is what this spread is talking about specifically. So with our Lion card, to express our Lion card, we have the 8 of Cups. So we have this full moon right here, which is normally representative of shadow work, of diving into our emotions, feeling our feelings, and figuring out what is working and what is not working for us. Feelings are roadmaps. They're like warning signs within the universe. So when we start feeling something, we should start discovering what is being asked of us or why that feeling is coming up, like the root of it. You know, anger is a secondary emotion. So when you're feeling anger, why are you angry? Are you being betrayed? Are you not getting what you deserve? Are you, being bamboozled? Like, what is going on in that situation to cause that anger? You have to find the root cause of things. So that's what you're being called to with this Lion's portal. Your confidence is about going within yourself and exploring the different emotions and emotional realms that you've been having for quite some time. We have all of these cups laid out right here. And she is going on this adventure to find her last cup. She's going into the shadow realms to find this last cup of fulfillment. So if you're feeling very unfulfilled in your life right now, there are some things that are just not working out. You wish that your life was different. You need to start digging within to find what is missing for you. Is it a perspective shift that we need to go into? Are there some things that we need to cut out? That is kind of what you are being called with this new moon to do. And with this energy, that is where you are, your focus should be. So the wound or the karma that we have coming up is the Nine of Wands. Wands are all about our passions, our desire, our creativity. They are our problem solving. And in this card, especially, we have a young man that has been kind of beaten up. You can see he has this broken arm. He has built all of these wands like as kind of a wall, almost. A wall that he is protecting. He's protecting things within him. Whenever I see this card, I always think about protecting the things that you love the most, and that is yourself as well. So these are walls that you have put up because of past experiences, things that haven't gone right, things that have definitely traumatized you or changed you in the past, and these walls are being put up for your deepest protection. So I don't want you to judge yourself for being so guarded, and not really going after the things you want. This could show also an imbalance of confidence as well. Being so guarded that you're not going and getting the things that you want and that you desire. You're not chasing your heart because of how many times you have been burned. So don't judge these walls. These walls you have built to protect yourself. They were out of deepest love for yourself. But it's time that these walls come down. These are things that are not necessary as we're moving into the new era, as you're moving into your new life. These past things that you have experienced were supposed to teach you and prepare you for what is to come. They weren't supposed to keep you trapped. Okay? So that is kind of the wounding that is coming up, is being so guarded. So guarded that you're not really stepping into your own power. The way to heal this wound is the Star card. And this star was in a reversal, which I feel like is a major highlight into what this card has to say. The star is all about coming into yourself and using your own guidance as your North Star instead of using anybody else's guidance. So you are following the beat of your own drum, and you are coming in to wow, I lost my train of thought because I read that. I read that comment. So you are coming into yourself. You're coming into your own intuition. You're starting to follow the things that you desire, that you love, the things that you have been kind of hesitant to chase after. So these could be new job ventures, could be relationship, friendships, trying new things, whatever that is for you that your heart has been longing for. That is going to start healing these boundaries, is when you start coming into yourself and you realize how powerful you truly are, how you are the one that you have been waiting for, and how powerful that it can be to just be safe in your own skin, because you are. These past trials, these things have taught you how to take care of yourself and how to protect yourself so that you do not keep getting burned and bamboozled. This is all about really you trusting yourself now, that you will take care of yourself. You won't let this happen again. You won't let yourself be taken advantage of. You won't put your needs last. You will start putting yourself first, and that is going to start healing these walls that you have up. Because we don't need to live in that life. We don't need to live in this life full of walls that keeps us so barricaded in to where we're not enjoying our own life. We're like missing a piece of it. We're missing some sort of emotional fulfillment in it. Okay? And then we're going to go into our attention, or our intention for the new moon. We have the Two of Pentacles. And I love this card. This card's all about balance right now. With Pentacles, we're talking about physical world type of things. So this could be relationships, this could be finances, your job versus, a new venture that you're going on, a new creative project that you want to do. a new thing that you want to try. Maybe it's like I know for me, it's joining a yoga studio right now. Just like different things like that, and finding the balance within yourself and the balance within your physical world in order to do these things. So your intention right now is to call in balance. And also you can see that this man, he has like two different choices kind of in between each hand right now, but he's looking more towards this left one over here. If you can see that. Yeah, see, and this is like an infinite loop as well. The two things that he's holding that he's trying to balance is an infinite loop. They're in equal exchange. So I feel like this is something that maybe just turning your focus more inwards, turning your focus more on your emotional realms and taking care of yourself and stepping into your own power, because that is going to help balance your external world. When you start reevaluating and focusing more on your inner world, then the outer world seems to fall into place, and you will find this successful balance in the physical world. And then how to go forth with this intention, now that you know this, is the Knight of Swords. So the knights are all ready for battle, as you can see. He's got his sword drawn. He's on his horse. You see all this blue going on right now. He's wearing all blue, which is all about our throat chakra, the way that we express ourselves, the way we express our desires into this physical world. And so in order to find this balance, to really focus on yourself and to really step into your own power and find that emotional fulfillment, it's going to take you really taking the reins and advocating for yourself and the life that you want to create. And that's not only with other people in your physical world. Maybe there's some balancing that you need to do, and you have to express yourself to these people and say, hey, no, I'm going to take care of self. I know I'm kind of doing that right now. I have quit drinking alcohol, so it's something I have to kind of express to people that no, I'm looking for stuff within myself to fulfill myself instead of these numbing agents, instead of this numbing effect. So I have to express myself. So that's kind of what you're being called to do, but this also could be in the means of expressing yourself to that universal force, expressing yourself and telling the universe, like, hey, I would like to feel confident in my own skin. I would like to take down these walls. I would like to not have to live my life in fear anymore. And I would like to find some emotional balance, some emotional fulfillment. But the only way that we find what we actually want to express, the truth that we're trying to find in all of this, is by going inwards. Going into our own emotions, diving into those realms, and really sitting with self and asking self, what is it that I desire? What life would I like to create? So then you can go express that to the universe and into the physical world with other people. Okay? So you're just doing a really deep dive into your emotions, a really deep dive, and really starting to put yourself first. Because the thing about it is we're all so connected that when you put yourself first, you are actually healing not only you, but the people around you, the universe itself, the world itself, because that energy starts to be at a better exchange. You are able to help more people. You are able to utilize that energy to its fullest extent and its highest expression. Because the thing is that we are cogs in this little machine. We all have our own little purposes, especially within society, within community of people. You know, we all get together because we all have different things to offer. So when we are not standing in our power, when we are not utilizing our own gifts, our own purpose, then we are not turning with the rest of the machine. We're kind of like that one cog that's like broken or skipping or, you know, jumping around, and it trickles out and it affects the rest of the world. And not just within our lives, but within all lives. You can see it best in a work environment. When you go to work and you're very upset and you got things on your mind and you're not dealing with yourself and you're not handling yourself, dealing with your own emotions, you can physically see how everyone else is affected in your workplace by that type of energy. So I got an oracle card for my first deckers, and it's a win-win outcome is forecasted. So whatever you are trying to work on right now, whatever is kind of stressing you out, or it's like making you almost not focus on self because you're like, oh, I have like all this other stuff to do, or oh, I can't do that because, you know, remember what happened last time and blah, 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 blah. That's a lose-lose forecast for everyone. So when you start really feeling into yourself and, you know, taking charge of your own life and expressing your own truth, that's a win-win for everyone, not just you. Don't feel like it's selfish by focusing on yourself. That's not how this works. It is the most loving thing you can do, not only for you, but the people around you. Okay? This is deck number. So this is the spiral deck. He is based off of Greek mythology, which I love. It's one of my favorites. This was one of my first decks that I ever got. Deck 2 people, let's read your cards. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh my god, deck 2 people, how are we feeling? Holy crap. Holy crap. I just had like 3 cards pop out. Let's do that just a little bit again. All right. So the first card that popped out, that is our Lion's Gate. That is going to express that Lion's Gate. Let me take some deep breaths and get kind of back into the flow. That was a lot of energy just to pick up on real fast. Get into this, guys. All right, so our first card to express the Lion's Portal is the Harem. So the Lion's Portal right now, this is what we are kind of dealing with. It's like the overall energy of everything, what you should really be focusing on during this time. And the Harem, he is all about bringing the spiritual into the physical realm. So when I talk about spiritual, I'm talking about like hunches, thoughts, maybe ideas, even different things like that. The Harem is also, he is this spiritual leader. He is a container almost for different traditions and different values. So you're definitely going through a reframing of your values and your traditions. You're pulling out some limited beliefs that you've had since you were a child, some things that are just not true, that are very unhelpful. They kind of keep you chained and trapped into never gaining momentum and never really getting what you want. It's like you're getting all of these downloads, all of these different like ideas and different emotions, different feelings, but you just can't bring them into the physical realm. They're just kind of like sitting in your subconscious realm. So all of this is being brought up for you so that you can go through and kind of delete almost these old programmings that are running on this new system, these old programmings that are not helping you at all. So you might be seeing situations where your beliefs are being challenged, and not just like beliefs when I talk about like religion and things like that. It's more like your perspectives, your perspective on life, your perspective on yourself, your perspective on your family, whatever that is. You're really being challenged right now to re-download or recode. Wow, I'm so hot right now, guys. I'm so hot. Whew. Jesus. Okay. So that's kind of what you're going through right now. These different situations are definitely coming up for a reason for you. The wound. So this is the wound that we're dealing with right now. The things that are coming up to be healed, the karma. And we have the moon card. The moon is all about not seeing things in the right light. Kind of a disillusionment. You know, the moon is reflected off the sun. So the moon never makes its own light. And whenever the moon's out, you see a lot of shadows and things like that. Don't talk to that lady that just came into my chat, guys. I have a lot of spammers. I need to actually make someone an admin for these lives so that they can delete people like that. But that's a scam, so please don't do that. Anyway, back to this card. Let me kind of look at some of the symbolism on here because we got a lot of symbolism. Yeah, I'm feeling like you have some illusions wrapped around your own feminine. So whether you're a male or not, it's almost about that wild side of you. We have this wolf that's howling at the moon, which is like this wild, animalistic type of energy. And then we have these 3 right here, which is all about Hecate. And Hecate is the keeper of the underworld. She is the one that brings people in and kind of tells them, well, hey, you've died now. This is what the underworld is like. And she's the flame keeper to that. And so whenever we talk about the underworld, we're talking about shadow work. The last deck was also about shadow work. I just feel like this one's a little bit more about your childhood beliefs. So you're really seeing some things that are coming up that you probably haven't dealt with since you were like a kid, or you're just seeing things in a different light right now, and these illusions that you have are being ripped from you, and that can feel like a lot of fucking chaos and a lot of confusion. That can also feel like you're going fucking crazy. Because you have believed things for so long, you've believed all of these like different things, and they've been ingrained in you. So when they start getting pulled out or ripped from you, it feels like you're going insane. It feels like you're going nuts. You're not. You're not at all. These are definitely being ripped from you for a reason, so that you can start to see yourself and your own feminine in the right light. And when I talk about that feminine, I'm talking about like your intuition, your gut feelings, that getting the ego and the mind, the logic out of the way, and more into the body, like tapped into the body feelings, the sensations of the body, and following those gut feelings, following that call to dive deeper into yourself, and listening to yourself and listening to your own values, your own beliefs instead of everyone else's. And then how to heal this wound. And we have the Princess of Pentacles. Isn't that beautiful? So how to heal this moon, this disillusionment that you're in. Why I'm saying childhood is because we're princess, so it's very young. I wouldn't say so much naive or immature, but just a young person that's really, not a young person, but a young state of mind, and you really opening up to maybe maturing in certain areas, in certain values and belief systems. That's what's happening right now. You're maturing. So you're pulling out these old beliefs that you got when you were a child and really reframing them, re-looking at them, and deciding if they're useful or not. Also, this is a card that I would feel like is all about grounding. So grounding into reality, grounding into truth. I think that's going to help you a lot with this illusions, this disillusionment that's going on, because there's a lot of things that are going on up in your physical realm or up in your spiritual realm. So in order to kind of ground those down into the physical, it's all about taking time to ground. And when I'm talking about grounding, I'm talking about deep breaths. I'm talking about really tapping into your body, feeling your body, being like, ooh, this doesn't feel good, or oh, this feels really good, and really tapping into that in every situation, and not just when you're alone. So when you're out with friends, how does it feel? Really start taking note of that. Really start tapping into that. Also, this is time to spend out in nature. So if you're feeling a lot of chaotic energy, like up in your headspace, up in your upper chakras, this is a call to go spend some time in nature. Go spend some time with the flowers, with the trees, with the sunshine, and sitting there. You can see she's sitting in her garden, just kind of at awe about her physical world. I think that's kind of the shift that you need right now, is to really ground down into the truth. And the truth of the matter is everything that is going right, not everything that is going wrong. The more you start to follow those good emotions of what is going right, the more abundance you're actually going to attract into your world. So it's just take time to spend time in nature and really feel gratitude for the life that you are living. And just know that these things that you are going through, these confusions, it's all part of the process. It's all part of the process of you stepping into who you're meant to be, instead of being so limited by who you were taught to be, if that makes sense. I'm hoping this resonates. All right, intention. So our intention is temperance. And temperance is a beautiful card, as you can see. She's an angel. And temperance is all about the way that we are reacting to the world around us, and then also how we are holding space for our own emotion. So are we flowing with the river? Or are we pushing against it? Are we letting these transitions happen? Or are we pushing against it? Because temperance, she lets it flow. She lets it flow. She also knows that there is going to be a rainbow at the end of every storm. So she lets the storm come in. She lets it... Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that's spot on. She lets it flow within her. She lets the storm pass. She sits in the rain and she knows that this isn't going to be forever, that this too shall pass. And so your intention is to just kind of keep yourself at an emotional balance through your storm, to not get so caught up and hung on to it, thinking, you know, like maybe I did something wrong, or this is why me, or this is how it always happens for me. No, just know that these are the cycles of life. These are the phases that you're going through, and that there will be, you know, this rainbow at the end of the storm of this. This will help you to find that emotional balance that you're seeking. Find that, what is it, that feeling within, that freaking, I want to say the word confidence, but it's not so much confidence. I feel like it's contentment. That's the word. Yeah. That peace, that contentment that you're looking for within your own life. So your intention right now, again, is to just keep these tides calm. Not to be too reactive about things, you know, not to overreact, not to freak out, not to use anger, or sadness, or, you know, get into those little funks, but just to know that this too shall pass. And then how to move forward into that intention more. So this is the action in order to make this intention a reality. And we have the Seven of Wands reverse. So the Seven of Wands, we can see that he is fighting. There's all these wands down here, and he has his wand in his hand, and he is fighting them off. He's like, you know, screw you guys. This is my opinion. Like, I don't want this. Like, get away. Blah, 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 blah. You know, just fighting with everything. The wands are talking about our desires, our passions, our heart, our fire. So we're using our fire kind of to almost protect ourselves from the things that are coming in, when in reality, so this was in that reversal, it's like, stop fighting. Let the things that are crumbling crumble right now, because they're crumbling for a divine purpose, so that you can start seeing things in the right light. That's what happens with this illusion right here, is that things start to crumble around us, things start to change and shift, and we have to let it. We have to let it. We have to let it, so that we don't stay stuck in these patterns that we have been stuck in forever, so that we can reevaluate things and bring these thoughts, these emotions into the physical realm. Because the thing is, we only have so much space. Okay, it's just like everything else. We only have so much space. I can't fit, you know, I can fill up my hand with all these stones, but now I want to put another stone in there, but I don't have any room. I don't have any room. I have all these new ideas. I have all these new stones around me, and I have no fucking room. So it's like you have to let some of these things crumble out so that you have more room to put the things that you want there. So it's like this letting go that you're going through, this crumbling. Just let it happen. Ease into it. Relax into it. It's not here to harm you. It's actually here to help you. Okay? All right, let's get an oracle card. I hope that helped. Contentment, right? I was trying to think of the word for that, and I was, contentment's that word for sure. All right. So these oracle cards are just kind of little advice cards. So let's see what the advice for this spread is for deck. Oh, deck 2. What do you need to release? So that is the question right there. That's that waning moon. That is the question. What are you holding on to that is causing you so much pain right now? What can you let go of? What can you release? What can you stop fighting? How can you find more ease, more flow? All right, so deck 3, we got our quartz, our clear quartz, and our bird deck. Okay. All right, so for our Lion's Portal, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So the Lion's Portal is all about the main focus, the main theme of everything. So what we're releasing and what we're stepping into. And the Queen of Pentacles, she is one that just kind of lets things flow within her and flow to her, but also she is a very hardworking woman. Pentacles are about the physical realm. They are the things that we are drawing in. Let me kind of look at her a little bit. Oh, she's got butterfly wings. Oh, yeah. So it's a transformation of self, for sure. It's a transformation. It's getting very stable within ourselves, getting very stable within the physical realm, and really feeling into... I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry, guys. Really feeling into like independence, but like not in a negative way, I guess, like not hyper independence, but like independence in the physical world, like being able to take care of oneself. That's what I'm trying to say. Being able to take care of yourself, being able to discern when you need to work hard versus when you need to just relax and let things come to you. The Queen is very feminine when it comes to that stuff. So she is very in tune with her intuition. She's very in tune with her emotions. She's in tune with the flow of life. And so that's kind of what your main focus right now is. So let's look at the wound that we're releasing, and we have the Six of Swords reversed. Ooh. Yeah. So letting go is really hard for you. That is where our wounding is at. Letting go for you is one of the hardest things. You feel like it's the end, and you want to hold on. You don't like endings very much. We're in a reverse here. And if you look at the Six of Swords, she is like letting go of all these fish, but she's like really content. She's very happy with it. You know, there's not a lot of negative colors in here. There's not a lot of negative emotions, but we were in the reversal. So it's almost like this is so difficult to do for you with good intentions, and not really good intentions, but with good emotions. It's like hard to release these things. It's hard to let go. So your wound right now, you're holding on to things that you do not need to fucking hold on to anymore. Especially when it comes to the way that you're communicating and how you're perceiving things, your perception. Swords are all about logic and communication. So it's like really hard for you to let go of maybe some perspectives, and it's very hard for you to let go of connection is another thing I'm feeling. Connection. The way to heal this wound, we have the Two of Cups, which is beautiful. Two of Cups. We have a couple. They are both like kind of intertwined with their cups, if you see that, like their hands are like do, you know, like you would do with your best friend, that little wine thing, you know. And this is like a masculine and a feminine balance. So we have the masculine here and we have the feminine here. You can also see the wings, the butterfly wings that we had in the Queen of Pentacles are on their head. So it's like this transformation of stability, finding stability within self, the learning to let go of things and to bring things in, when to work hard and when not to, when to let go and when to hold on. That is all going to be healed by finding the balance within yourself and within your relationships with your emotions. So what that means, so cups are all about our emotional realms. They're about the way that we feel about things. This would also be considered to me the soulmate card. So this is like feeling into those relationships where that dynamic, where that balance is happening for you, where you're feeling the most aligned with yourself. Because yes, I talk about this as the soulmate card, but I also believe that we're all our own soulmates, and our true soulmate just lets us be ourselves. You know, they let us be authentic. That would be our truest soulmate. They just let us really figure out who we are and then express that in a great way, in a creative way, in a divine way. The people that are not our soulmates are the ones that try and keep us chained to who we were when we met them. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. We also have this like blossoming, budding flower. So I'm not sure, like I'm really getting a feeling that my card 3 people are letting go of an old relationship and like letting a new one in. For a lot of people, I feel that. And I feel like this is going to bring a lot of stability. Or this is like letting go of something, like maybe some past trauma, maybe something that someone's like your partner said to you, a belief that you have about your partner or yourself, and then really finding the way that you feel the way that you fucking feel about that situation. You truly feel about that situation, and coming back into alignment, coming back into that lens of love, and letting go of this past hurt or this past trauma. This also could be, because I know this is something I struggle with personally, this could be trauma from a past relationship that you're bringing into a new one. And now it's time to let that go, and to really look at the union that you have within your partnerships, within your relationships, within your friendships, within any type of co-creation that you're having. Like really feeling into those emotions and realizing that it's not the same as the past. It's not. So this could be romantic. This could not be romantic. I just really feel like this is you coming into alignment with yourself, and you coming into alignment with other people. So really building good relationships in your life, and really focusing on those relationships so that you can let go of this past hurt that you've been holding on to for a while now. Because you fucking deserve to be this Queen of Pentacles. You know that, right? Like, you deserve this. You deserve healthy relationships. You deserve a healthy relationship with yourself. And like, this past crap, whatever this was someone else's fucking projection. Or this was something that they taught you that, again, it was keeping them trapped as well. They didn't fucking know any better. So it's time to really release that and let that go. Forgive that. Okay? I'm hoping that resonates. I'm hoping that makes sense. And then we have our intention, which is the 5 of Cups. So this card to me right here, she is looking at the floor, and you can't see it because it's fucking ripped, but she's looking at the floor because there's cups that have been spilled out. But what she doesn't see is that there are cups above her head, and then this guy right here, this little helping friend, he's trying to offer her a cup right now as well. So this card for your intention is really telling me that it's time to really focus on not the spilled milk anymore. Quit focusing on the fucking spilled milk. Quit focusing on these past emotions, these things that had happened, these things that have gone wrong, and really start changing your perspective on what is on offer for you. Because you have a lot of guides right now that are trying to help you out, that are trying to give you like that emotional boost that you need. And you also have a lot of people that are around you trying to offer that as well. You also have some things that are above you that are just waiting for you to look up, that they're just waiting for you to kind of change perspective and quit focusing on this past, so that you can really, again, step into this Queen of Pentacles and start manifesting and transforming into the life that you would like to see. It's like right there. Like, your new destiny, your new life is right fucking there. You just need to look at it. You just need to look at it. You need to quit harboring on this past shit and really look and step into this new life that is on offer. It's not going anywhere. I mean, like, it's not going to just magically go away if you don't do this. But what's going to happen is you're just going to fucking stay miserable, you know? You're just going to stay in that rut. You're going to stay in that hole. And I know I've been there. I've been there for, like, the past 2 months. I just finally came out of it, and it was like I had to shift this perspective of, you know, instead of harboring on all these things that went wrong, I started to see all the things that were going right, and I started focusing on that instead. And then it started to make sense why everything went wrong, why it had to happen that way, because there were things that I had to learn before I could step into this new journey, into this new power. All right, and then Justice reversed. I'm actually going to get some clarification on that guy for a second. But this is how to really work with his intention, what actions need to be done. And that Justice reverse got me a little confused. Can I have, oh, thank you, King of Cups, and, oh, the Justice upright. Okay, so I don't feel like this is supposed to be a reversal. I really feel like this is supposed to be kind of a highlight. So it's not that you have to do anything in this intention, like not anything physical anyway. I think you just, with Justice, whenever I see Justice, and you got it twice. So I feel like this is very calling for that. And then the King of Cups as well is kind of in this same boat. But with Justice, it's more about focusing on yourself and balancing yourself, especially in this card. We have the head and the heart on balance right there on these scales right there. So balancing yourself, balancing your own emotional worlds, and really letting the universe take care of the people that have harmed you, or that have caused you bullshit, or the situations that have harmed you, that have caused you bullshit, and really letting karma and the universe and the flow of life take care of those things instead of you harboring on it. Because I feel like somewhere in your brain you think that if you hold on to this shit, then it'll never happen again because you'll always remember. And that's not how this works. Like, you have this happen to you, and then you embody the lesson that it taught you, and then you move the fuck on. You let go of it and you move on. And you have changed from that situation. You have transformed from that situation. So you don't have to worry about constantly looking at it. You don't have to anymore. I'm telling you right now, you do not have to constantly be looking at this hurt, this suffering that you went through in order for it to never happen again. It's already going down that path right now, you know, because you've already learned from this. You've already learned from this. Quit punishing yourself for things that you didn't know. Because now you do. And it's okay. It's okay to let go and to flow. It's okay. It's okay to trust yourself again. It's okay. You know, it's okay to feel your emotions and sit with your emotion, the King of Cups. And I also feel like if you have a new romance on offer right now, King of Cups, if they're emotionally mature and emotionally stable, it's okay to trust them. It's okay. Okay? Sorry, I got really heated in that one. I just want you guys to know that you are worth so much more than living in this fucking toxic cycle of just kind of ruining your own potential, ruining your own opportunities. You are worth so much more, so much more. Let's get an advice card. If anyone picked card 3, let me know if that resonated. If you don't want to, that's totally okay. I get it. I get it. That is very personal. Communication is key. Yes. So that's your advice here. So whatever you're feeling, whatever you're going through right now, if you need to communicate that, get it off your chest, that might really help you to let go of these emotions. Let go of all the shit. Maybe it's not even just communicating with other people. Maybe it's just communicating with yourself and sitting down and writing these things down. Maybe there are some things that you need to go tell this situation or this person that has harmed you. You know, write them a letter. Write them a fucking letter. Write the situation a letter. Anything like that to really start getting this crap out of you. Because it's just sitting within you right now. Oh, we got another card. You are good enough. Yeah, you are good enough. 100%. Last deck here, we have my new deck. I'm really excited to use it. This is the Moon. The Deviant Moon Tarot, Borderless Edition. We're going to see how this goes. This is probably my second reading with this deck. So if you feel called to use this deck or you felt called to this stone, this is deck number 4. So let's get into this Lion's Portal. So what our Lion's Portal has to say. Let me just take a look at this because, again, this is my second reading with this deck. So I feel like this Lion's Portal is all about boundaries for my deck 4. For my deck 4 people. You can see he has his 2 swords up. He has half moon, half dark moon, I want to say, like half crescent moon, half dark moon, which a lot of them do, but I feel like this is a lot about balance here. And this is, you can see he has a fish in this hand, his third hand, and he is feeding his pet down there. All right, so I feel like this speaks volumes when it comes to boundaries and enacting boundaries. How sometimes death can be, you know, the life for someone else, and how cutting ties and letting the universe kind of do its thing instead of helping people that don't fucking deserve it is the most balanced thing that you can do for yourself and that you can do for other people as well. Because when you are codependent and, oh, I fucking hate that word. I didn't want to use that word. Not codependent. When you are, I want to say overly helpful, but that's not even the word I want to use either. when you are helping people that don't deserve it, you are actually keeping them from learning the lessons that they need to learn as a human being. The things that they need to go through in order to really get the lessons and the messages behind things, because you are taking away their pain. And pain is like one of the greatest gifts and one of the most life-changing gifts that we are given in this world. So when we take away others people's pain, we're actually hindering them. So the justice card right there, I feel like, is learning that, you know, your boundaries are necessary. Not only are they necessary, they're needed, they're wanted, and they're valued. They're valued, okay? Okay. The wound that we have right here is the devil. No, this is not the devil. This is the Six of Cups. Wow, this is an odd card. Look at the Six of Cups, guys. Like, I really thought this was the devil. But it's not 13. Or 13's death, I'm sorry. But we have these 6 cups right here. That's how we know. Oh, that is so cool. So I feel like this right here is getting, One second. Let me just kind of tap into this card for a second. Let me read this. Yeah, so I feel like this in your emotional realm is this like kind of this balance or this fight almost between your ego and your soul. And we have the devil here, and then we have a white angel over here on this side, and we're talking about our emotional realm, so we're talking about our cups. So it's like you have these like almost dual emotions that are going on, and it's like kind of causing a lot of calamity, a lot of fights. A lot of people are kind of like drawn to your drama, because that's how I feel right now. Like, this is a dramatic play going on right now, and people are kind of drawn to that to kind of watch it. And I'm not saying like drama so much as in like gossiping and bullshit like that, but it's more like you just got like these two different sides that are at war within you, and other people are kind of not drawn to that, but are egging that on almost. Other people's opinions are egging that on. Other people's fucking whatever they have to say about what you're going through, like that is like egging that war inside of you on. So it's like almost quit listening to everyone else and really focus on your own emotional realms, your own dualities that's going on right now, and really start digging into that and asking yourself why there is a split within you right now. Normally there's a split within me when I have a belief that is not being reflected into the physical realm. So we go back to our boundaries here. So it's like I have a belief about self that I deserve love, I deserve respect, I deserve, XYZ, and then it's not being reflected back into certain situations that I choose to be in, because that's another thing. We have free will. So you're like choosing to be in situations that are causing this kind of chasm within you, this split within you. So it's all about coming back to these boundaries and really enacting them, because I feel like that's really going to start healing this wound. And this wound, I feel like, is the people-pleasing wound. And that's how I really feel about it, because it's like you're being put in situations where you're undervalued and you're being taken advantage of, and things are just not emotionally feeling right. Because it's really funny when we get into situations that fulfill not only us but the other person, they feel fucking good. They don't feel exhausting. They don't feel draining. They don't cause this like mental war within ourselves. But when we're in situations that don't align with how we believe we should be treated or who we actually are, that's when this starts to happen. Okay, so that is our wound. And this could be from like mother, father, and like really taught and like almost implanted into you, or this could be from, the collective or the society, because society talks a lot about like it's almost like a people-pleasing thing, especially with social media. Like, the more likes that I get, the more valuable I am, the more worthy I am, the more followers I have. Like, I have one person in my life, and that doesn't define my worth. just because I have one fucking human being, you know? Like, so this is something that has really been sitting within you, within your gut, within your wound, and or within your mind, and it has really been wounding you on your perspective and your decision-making abilities. So how do we heal that wound? We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of Pentacles. I love their boobs in this one. Like, they all have tits. Like, I don't know if that means they're all female or they're all male, but I really love that. That's so fucking funny. So, 5 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles is being trapped in your own responsibility in your own physical realm. You can see someone that is trapped in this watchtower. They just got like an eyeball out and they're just like watching things, you know, from the inside out almost. They're not out here with this human. This human's kind of getting curious if that's a human. I don't even know if that's a human. But this person's like getting very curious. They're walking around. And then you have a person that is like looking out on the world instead of participating within the world. So that means that with this wound that you have, this like people pleasing, this chasm, this split that's going on within you, there are things that need to be released in your physical world. There are things that need to be let go of so that you can come out of this tower, because this is an entrapment that you've put yourself in, either with responsibility, relationships, your job, different like opportunities. Like your plate is so full and there are so many things that are on the plate that are just not aligned, that it's causing you to become trapped within yourself. So in order to heal this wound, we gotta let go of some of that. We gotta enact some of these boundaries and, you know, really tap into self when it comes to that. Really tap into your emotions and ask yourself how you're truly feeling, because that's gonna help guide you what needs to be let go of and what doesn't. Okay. And then we have, for intention, the Ace of Swords, which I fucking love. Look at this card. Oh, that's gorgeous. I love it. Ace of Swords. So the Ace is all about beginnings, and their new beginnings. Swords are about communication and logic perspective. So this is a new perspective. This is new. If you would like a reading, please message me. I am doing pick a cards right now. Or pick a decks right now. This is actually my last reading. But if you would like to schedule one with me, feel free to schedule one with me. All right, so Ace of Swords. So this is really stepping out of your comfort zone and beginning a new journey of speaking your truth, of setting boundaries, of cutting away the bullshit. Swords to me are always about cutting a path, cutting away that fucking bullshit that we don't need in our lives anymore. And that's kind of why swords come in. So if you're seeing a lot of situations where, you know, it isn't aligning with who you believe you are and it's causing a lot of this chasm, it's because you're supposed to be picking up your sword and cutting through the shit. Everything that is happening outside of us is actually a reflection of what's going on within us. So if there are certain situations, and I'm not talking about like, you know, people doing us wrong, but that could be a reflection. If a lot of people are doing you wrong, a lot of things are not going right and things like that, that could be a reflection of how you treat yourself. Okay? I know that's harsh. I know that probably pisses you off, but it's the truth. So what you're being called to do is enact these boundaries, pick up your sword, speak your fucking truth, and really set your intention on being as authentic as you can. And this takes practice. This takes a lot of practice, because there are toxic ways to speak our truth, and then there are divine ways to speak our truth. So it takes a lot of practice to figure out the two and how you're going to do that and speak that into existence. So don't be harsh on yourself if at first you are very harsh with your boundaries, because it is going to take some practice. Maybe it's all about letting the people know around you that you are trying to learn how to have better boundaries, to have more divine boundaries. So then they kind of know and they can work with you instead of against you. Yes. All right, and I'm going to get some clarification on this last card because we have the Fool in a reversal. Oh, hello. Just knocked over a bunch of cards. It's fine. All right, can I get some clarification? So this last card is how do we How do we step forward and take action into this intention? Oh, that's so fucking funny. We got the Ace of Swords again, just in another deck. So I feel like the Fool reverse is not telling you that you need to restart everything like brand new. I feel like the Ace of Swords is trying to tell you that you need to, A, enact your boundaries. Look at that. And wands are always built with our heart's desires, with the things that we're passionate about. So wands are all about creative ventures and things like that. So building your boundaries out of love, building your boundaries out of heart-centeredness, building your boundaries out of your own passion, what's lighting you up. Ace of Swords, speaking your truth. Again, just like that, speaking your truth into existence. And then Three of Cups, celebrating in the relationships and in the emotions that are going right. So it's not that we need to focus on everything that's going wrong. It's like we need to enact these boundaries so that we can celebrate within our boundaries with the people around us that actually love us and take care of us and help us to feel these emotional feelings of fulfillment. Because I feel like you do have those people around you. That's why that Fool is in reversal. It's not telling you, you know, like, hey, you need to restart everything and you need to cut everyone out of your life. That's not the point either. Because we can sometimes slip into that. When we start working in our boundaries, we start to become a little too harsh and a little too protective. And we don't want those realms either. It's more like, hey, you have a lot of good things around you right now. You have a lot of good people, good situations, things that are fulfilling, things that are to be celebrated. But the thing is just there's some things that are draining your energy that you're not able to see how good everything is around you right now. I feel like every deck was about like kind of a perspective shift for sure. All right, let me do a oracle card for you. A time to give rather than take. So that's the thing about it. This is a time to give. This is a time to really give people the truth of the matter. Give from a very soul-aligned place. But we cannot do that until we find ways to fill our own cup. We find ways to really weed out the bullshit so that we can give from a divine place, from that place of heart-centeredness. Because you can see this is a green card, just like that heart chakra. And that's a new moon in Virgo. And Virgos are all about putting themselves first. So it's like a restart of putting yourself first so that you can give. Because that's something that you really, like all these good things that are in your life, these are things that you can give and share with other people. You're actually being called to celebrate with other people. But you're finding yourself in this place of like, I'm just constricted by all the things around me. And it's because you haven't been enacting boundaries. And this could not even mean just like cutting people out of your life at all. This could just mean setting boundaries with the people within your life. Maybe they're doing things that are just not aligned with what you want or who you are or how you want your friendships to go. And you're going to have to be honest with those people and tell them, you know, like, this is what I expect. This is what I deserve. This is what I want from the situation, because nobody's here to read your mind. Nobody's going to read our minds. You know, we have to be honest with those people, especially if they love us. Like, if they love us, then they are going to respect what boundaries we put in place and why we have to put those boundaries into place, because they don't want us living in this circus. They don't want us living in this show. Okay? I hope that resonated for someone. I'm sorry, I get so like just fiery sometimes. I'm like, man, you deserve this. But all right, guys, that concludes our new moon reading for our Lions portal. So thank you guys for watching. I enjoy the hell out of doing this for you guys. Let me know in the comments below if your reading resonated with me or how you're feeling this new moon. And I will talk to you guys later. All right.